Welcome to Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hartgraves. Lana has been a practicing psychic for over 25 years and has the gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, and clairsentience. She is an empath, a medium, as well as a pet communicator and health advisor. If you want to know more about what she does, check her out at www.enchantedsky.com. Good morning. Welcome into Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hartgraves. I'm Kent Jones. I'm like her. I'm like Robin to her Batman. I'm her trusty.
That's right. That's right. Good morning, Kent.
Good
We were
morning.
just talking. Okay, so that you guys know, yes, I've lost more weight. I can see it. I can see it on the screen too. I look. Yeah.
You look wonderful.
Yeah.
You look
I'm approaching about 40 pounds. So
Yep.
It's all in my face.
Well,
Anyway.
as a man, it's easy. I just let my beard get longer. And
Well, there you go. Then you can hide the the skin. Yeah. Anyway, so before I start, I want to tell you guys something that have you guys noticed everything's been kind of off, like almost like a Mercury in retrograde. You guys have noticed this. It's because there's like this heavy Mars sitting and Pluto's in Aquarius, but it's still like there's this like shadow thing going on. I just wanted to let you guys know if everything seems weird or there's weird things happening or you're kind of like, what is up with this? That's what this is. So just to let you know, thought I would share that.
Hey, just a quick shout out to our good friends over at diamondsnaturalstore.com for all of your fur baby's healthy diet needs. If you visit diamondsnaturalstore.com, you can get 10% off. Great stuff for your dogs, your babies. They got toys, treats, cat treats, cat toys, you name it, they can do it. Sue is awesome at what she does, and if you eat well, you might as well let your fur babies eat well.
That's right. That's right. I'm starting to I'm not using as much. I've gone grain free on my dog food. I used to buy a little bit cheaper dog food and it seems like their coats are better and everything. So yeah.
Yep.
So all right. What we're gonna be hi guys. What we're gonna be covering today is I'm gonna be talking about about some things that work for me and their hacks. And you guys that know me know that I'm becoming an herbalist and I'm studying herbalism and I do it quite a bit. And to be honest, I have insomnia. I've never ever had insomnia, but I'm going to tell you about this because I think you guys need to know. I've got a couple of remedies that are all natural that are working for me. So I think that I would like to share them with you. All right. Now next week, my guest, we're going to do a near death experience. And she can't be here. So I'm like, okay, so I'll move my podcast around a little. So anyway, with that said, so people don't realize there's really simple ways to keep you from having insomnia. And people are like, I can't do this. Okay, one way is the easiest way. And I've taught this to you maybe about 4 years ago. So I'm reviewing you with this. Okay. So let you know is if you take your tongue, and push it on the top of your mouth when you're trying to fall asleep. And if you're having an anxiety attack, it calms you down. Calms you down. I kid you not. You have to try it. And I am very serious. Now, some people, it's Ayurvedic. And some people say also to hum. Now, I have not heard that one, but I know that this works. You just take it and you very gently push it on the top because there's they're pressure points. Okay. So if you're not falling asleep, if you're having an anxiety attack, what I think it does more than anything is the pressure point. I think that it slows down your breathing a little. If you think about it. Okay. And it also opens up lets a little bit more air in the back of your throat. So that's one good way. All right. So that you know. All right. Now, another way was something that I started trying. Okay. So I was just telling Ken, I can't sleep more than like 3 hours at a time. Or I haven't been. I'm now up to about 5.5 hours to 6 hours without waking up. And I'm like, I only need about 7 hours. So if I can just get a little bit more, I'm good. Anyway, this is one that I was really questioning it, and I think it works. Tart cherry. Tart cherry juice or tart cherries. I've been eating the tart cherries because I want the fiber. I can't have the juice, it's too high in sugar. Just get some nice sour, old-fashioned, nice big red cherries. The black cherries, I think, are a little too sweet, but try red cherry. It has melatonin naturally in it. Cherries have melatonin. It's also good. A lot of people don't know that it's also good for uric acid. So if you've got where you're running, you're diabetic, you should be eating cherries. Cherries have natural antioxidants and it solves those problems. Okay. So just pay attention to that one. All right. Good morning. And I've been trying it and it's lengthening my sleep pattern. Okay. So I just wanted to take and tell you guys that this would be a really good way for you maybe to check this out for yourself. Now, I know that you can buy supplements that are tart cherry. You can buy cherry supplements. You can eat the real thing. Why don't you eat the real thing? Now, I have cherry trees in my back pasture. So, this last year, I fed them really good and I had cherries coming out of my ears and I ended up putting them in jars and stuff. But anyway, so just to remember that, take it approximately about an hour before you go to bed, something like that. All right. I kind of laughed when how these old remedies, supposedly that's an old remedy that people years ago, 100 years ago, they used to do it to help them fall asleep. So I read about it. I tried it. It's working for me. And that's why I'm sharing it with you. Also, don't forget the magnesium. We are short in magnesium. 90%, I was reading a recent research, 90% of all Americans do not get enough magnesium. Now that's from eating too many carbs, junk food. Junk food drains you of magnesium. You're not eating enough of green vegetables. It's a whole bunch of reasons. Okay. Plus, you may be borderline diabetic. You may be insulin resistant. I've lost 40 pounds so far, and my blood sugar is almost completely back to normal already. So I was told that it probably would be within a month to 6 weeks of my surgery. And it is. Matter of fact, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do I'm starting to build up. That's one thing they make you do when you have surgery. At least my doctor, I have to exercise an hour a day, which I always do anyway. I've just walk into my barn gets as like almost 1,500 steps. So I got to go out to the barn and come back. I told my husband, if I go like 6 or 7 times, it's almost my 10,000 steps. So anyway, so magnesium, tart cherry. If you're having anxiety or if you're having a hard time sleeping, put your tongue on the top of your mouth. Some people want you to hum like that's kind of almost a yoga technique too. That just what it does is it realigns your nervous system and the vagus nerve. Okay. So the vagus nerve is usually what causes your insomnia through different things, stress. Okay. So you can try those things. All right. There's a couple of other things. Now I try this. This is a spiritual thing. And I swear to you, it works. I swear this works. Okay. Rafi, now I've told you guys about this. This is not some of this information isn't new because I've told you on my podcast before. And Raphael is the angel of health, but he's also the angel of insomnia. I know that sounds crazy. I say a prayer to Raphael to help me fall asleep, and I do. I want you to at least try it one time. Some people might say, "Oh, that's crazy." All right. So, try it. Okay. I have a question on my TikTok. They want, how did you get your sugar back to normal? I had weight loss surgery. Now I like, and it is what I'm eating also. I'm eating hardly any carbs. I'm getting maybe 30 carbs a day or less. You're supposed to have about 100, and I'm eating like a third of it. Now, I did yesterday cheat a little, and I can tell when I've cheated and there's not something a little wrong. Like I shouldn't have had that many carbs. It wasn't a lot more, but I did have something. But it's overall, I've gotten rid of all junk food, nothing, no chips. I did have Quest um, protein chips. They can be like a black bean protein chip. They're actually really good. I don't know. Have you ever seen them, Kent? The black beans or the blue corn ones?
Yes, yes, I like those. Yep.
Yeah, the black bean ones are really good. And they're almost all there are carbs in it, but it's healthier carbs than
Mhm.
eating like potatoes. But I had some of those yesterday. So I said that's why I said I cheated a little. I had a little salsa. There was only 140 calories, it was a couple handfuls. Anyway, but that's if I'm on a dirty keto diet. That's what I'm on. I'm because I'm eating tons of um cheese, milk products, dairy products, and meat. I'm eating very low amounts right now of vegetables because I'm still letting my it was 5 weeks yesterday. At 6 weeks, I can start going into um, softer, salads, spinach, and vegetables. So, but it's working. That's all I know. And that is why I got the surgery. It wasn't so much vanity as I don't want to be diabetic. It's that simple. And I'm also trying to heal my thyroid. And if you guys know, I've been talking about this thyroid thing. There's a book coming out all about the thyroid because it's going to be all about my personal experience. And then I'm going to be, I'm kind of like a medical medium because I'm telling I would say 80% of you guys, when you ask me to do health readings for you, is I'm seeing that it's related to your blood sugar. It's related to what you're eating directly. And most people, when they have a thyroid problem, have a magnesium problem, and then that magnesium problem is coming from junk food. It's that simple. And if you guys don't know, so you know my background one more time, because I know you probably get sick of me telling you, so because there's always people coming in new, that I my T3, T4, and my thyroid's normal, but I have 350 times the amount of antibodies on my thyroid that I'm supposed to. Now I got to go take the test again. I can guarantee it's in half. I can guarantee it's in half because I feel better. If you guys got this crippling exhaustion, now I'm a very, very active person. I just work through it. I mean, I'm still getting my 10,000 steps. But I don't feel that anymore. I don't feel like when I first get going in the morning, I just can't move. I'm like, and then once I got moving, I'm okay. And I can't exercise too much because then I just almost have an anxiety attack. That's your thyroid. That is your thyroid acting up because it's Hashimoto's. It's a form of, you've got antibodies. And I'm encouraging anybody, please, if your thyroid's at working, you can't lose weight. You're exhausted. You have dry hair, dry skin. You have these odd, achy joints that you can't explain. Like all of a sudden, I want you to request an anatase thyroid test, which is antibodies. And I'm guaranteeing it might not be showing up. And these, they always treat what's wrong, but they don't treat before things go bad. You know, as a doctor, you guys know what I'm talking about. And all I know is that with some exercise, and I've completely changed my diet. Not completely, because I always have eaten pretty good, pretty cleanly. I really do. I've had a junk food thing, like crunchy sweet. That's my downfall, you guys. Like I don't know if you guys agree with that, because man, that be my only thing. But it was enough to throw off my thyroid, because now I'm not having it. And like I said, I had some yesterday that they were really, really super high protein. And I just noticing a difference. I feel better. After this, I'm going to go I started playing pickleball too. So I was a tennis player. I'm playing pickleball now. So everybody's my age too. Everybody goes, yeah, we're all playing this because we're all over 50 and our knees are gone. Yeah, Lisa says it's the crunch for me. Me too. It's the texture and the crunch. And so I have been searching and searching. So I'm going to be sharing that with you as I become my herbalism degree, as I keep doing this, for things that you can trade in for the garbage that we're eating. It's interesting because I watch people that are also herbalists on TikTok, and somebody made the comment, they don't care about us. These companies don't. They want them. They want that dollar. They're going to put whatever they want in there to make a quick buck. They don't. And the government isn't going to step in, even though we're trying to come down hard on them. Okay, when we will be. That and by the way, did you see that major merger that I predicted, Kent? About, I thought it was MasterCard, but somebody said it was Capital One and Discover.
Yeah, it was Capital One and Discover. Yep.
Okay, I thought it was MasterCard, so I misspoke on one of my videos. But that, remember I told you a major merger would happen, and I said it in January, and it's gonna affect us. I don't understand how yet. And it actually, remember, we're in the age of Aquarius. It has to be positive. There has to be something positive. Either that, if it's bad, then something good will come out of it. Because I keep telling people we're in the age of Aquarius. If you can't see this, the corruption's being exposed left and right. Lies, deceit, greed, they can't sustain themselves. We're in the age of Aquarius. Okay. So I'm going to say that one more time. All right. So now, so what I'm going to do is I'm also going to talk a little bit about making sure that some of you guys got some of these things that are because we've done vitamins, we've done different things. And so I'm just reminding you of some things to keep yourself healthy, help yourself sleep better. Because God, do you have insomnia, Kent?
No, I sleep like a baby.
Do you? Yeah. Well, as
I'm-
women age, we get, and I never had insomnia, not one single time when I was younger. Never.
Yep. If I'm stressed, I take a CBD gummy and I sleep like a baby. Stella says, I have hypothyroids, can't gain weight. So what can I use to gain weight? I love to eat, but nothing.
Okay, Stella, I'm not a doctor. I want you checked also for selenium. That is something that we are missing in the United States. The soil is poor, especially around the Great Lakes. If they had to take a map and they had to pinpoint where all the thyroid problems are coming, it would be like solid. And if it was all blue, it would be solid blue around the Great Lakes. Our soil is not that great with selenium. It is a micronutrient that does affect iodine and uptake into your thyroid. So make sure if you're not doing that, you can get enough selenium if you're looking for a supplement. Selenium would be perfect. It doesn't hurt you. Now, this is what I find so interesting. Remember, I told you I said there'd be an uptick in buffalo and bison in January. Kent, remember I said that? The newest thing, and people are doing this, and I did not realize it because my daughter's doing it, and so are we, and I think we're all doing it subconsciously. That there has been a huge increase in buffalo meat and elk meat. People are eating buffalo and elk. Why? It's native. Why? Because buffalo, when they're grazing, and they're eating the grass because it's all natural. They're not stuffing corn down their throats. It's very, very high in selenium. Now think about that. If we had all, think how different this country would be here in the United States. If we had came here and said, we want to live with you. How are you doing this? We're going to do it like you do it. Think about it, because that's what kept the natives healthy. Because like I said, bison is grass fed. So there's all that vitamin, all those omega-3s, all the good stuff, not the omega-6s, the omega-3s, and selenium. There's selenium, very high selenium in bison. And I've been eating it. And that's what I've been doing. I've been going to, it's really not that much more expensive than regular beef. Something to think about. Okay. Because those vitamins in there, that's, think about how natural it is. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. What's the name of the supplement? Selenium. Thank you, Alden. SELEMIUM. Oh, did I say M? I meant N. SELENIUM. Okay. All right. So just remember that and that is a natural. Now, see here, you guys, here in the Wisconsin, the elk herds are growing very quickly. They reintroduced elk. Now, when I do a lot of this research, and I especially about my property I own is on Native American soil. I can walk within distance to mounds. And when the original area was settled, there were a lot of moose and elk here. That's why there's a place called Elkhorn down the road. There's a reason, because there were elk here and they've been eradicated. Well, now they've been reintroduced and they're breeding very quickly. And they're a lot bigger than deer. So they're kind of keeping an eye on them because they're huge. I don't know if you've ever seen an elk, they're big. But and it has an interesting taste. It's not quite like venison. It's a little different. It has a different taste. So something to be thinking about, trying to keep yourself healthy. Like I said, I don't forget your dandelion root. I'm just such a big proponent. Like oh my God. Do you take dandelion root, Kent?
Nope, I do not take dandelion
You
root.
should be taking dandelion root. I'm serious. My hair, everything is growing. I'm so scared of losing my hair right now because of the weight loss surgery. So if you guys notice, like I'm constantly, because your hair will grow much quicker. And if you guys notice, my glasses are different. Remember last week I said I can't see out of these dang glasses. I can't. They've done something, so they took them back. And these are fine. I've got a couple of old pairs. So if you see me with a different pair of glasses for a little while, I'm going to go get my other ones filled and just, yeah. Anyway, it improves your eyesight because of the high vitamin A's. It also helps with, it's a natural preventative for Alzheimer's because of the high A, B, C, D, E, folic acid, manganese, it's even got a touch of chromium, I believe. I mean, it's got everything. So you can't take that. Okay. So if you have kidney issues, yeah, you have to be careful because it's a dark green leafy vegetable. People who have kidney problems have to be a little bit more careful of taking it. If you've got, if you've got kidney disease, green, they will tell you not to be careful with dark green leafy vegetables. That includes like spinach and stuff. And remember, dandelion is a green. I also had a couple people that would say that dandelion root, if you're very allergic to ragweed, it might bother you. Okay. All right. So just so check that out. My husband has allergies and he's been taking it along with me. I can tell you, I am dead serious. I take it in the mornings before when I get up. Within half an hour, I'm going, like I'm rare. Let's go. And I don't take much. I only take 20 drops. If you think how little that is, that's not much. I went to liquid. I did have do supplements of capsules, but I had to quit that because of my stomach surgery. So I'm taking liquid. All right. And one more thing to take that I really think that would be good for you guys is, and I'm reminding you of it, is lion's mane mushroom. Now, there's a couple of other mushrooms that are good for you, but lion's mane, it clears your mind. It helps you sleep. It is something that's very, very good for you. Okay. All right. Teresa Campbell's like, I love my dandelion root. I'm telling you, it can't hurt you. And you do know that it's not native to the United States. It's everywhere, but it's not native. It's gone. It's become invasive. And it was brought here as food and raised as a green like kale or anything else. Okay. All right. I have somebody said mushrooms mess with your stomach. You know what? That it can, for some people, you have to test it out. My daughter says it bothers her. Now, it does not bother me. You have to take these with you have to be wise and you try them. If they don't work, they don't work. Okay. I've gotten very few people that say they don't notice a difference though with dandelion root once you start taking it. And as far as an alternative to dandelion root, I got to do a little research for you guys because I know that oil of oregano is really good. I know that black seed oil is really good. I also know that MCT oil, that's a type of coconut oil, by the way, is really good for you. So I got to do more research. I'm mastering this, and I would offer an alternative if you can't take dark green leafy vegetables. All right. So because there are some people out there that can't. All right. So with that said, just a thought. Okay. Um, you know what? I have heard that some people say that lemon balm is a alternative for dandelion root. I have heard yes, lemon balm and lemon. I thought lemon verbena also. So okay. It's yes, yeah. Oh, somebody said it's also good for cleaning up sinus, lungs, and mucus. I know that does work. Lemon balm's good for like helping you get rid of like old mucus and stuff like that. So, okay. Um, black castor oil is a castor oil. I use that all the time. I use it on my eyelids. It makes my lashes grow. Castor oil, and I take it if you want to deworm yourself naturally without like making yourself sick. All you do is you take 2 pills, put them in the freezer, pop them pop them in there until they're frozen, and then about 2 hours before bed, take them. Now people are like, "Oh my god, am I gonna get sick in the middle of the night?" I didn't. I didn't, but I mean, it could be, but you only do it once or so. It gets rid of parasites, and it catches. You have in your stomach this like almost like a flap that
Mm-hmm.
goes into your intestines. Parasites sit behind that flap.
Mm.
And because it's a slow release because they're frozen, you're able to clean out your parasites better. At least that's the theory I've read. I read up to. I've been reading about this from a couple of people who are parasite experts, and that's what they say to do. So I'm sharing this with you. Okay. Um, Yes, I rub castor oil on my lashes. It also gets rid of floaters. It reduces inflammation in your eyes. Castor oil is just really good. I use it on my skin. I know some people that they will mix it like once a week. They will mix it into their shampoo. It causes your hair to grow. And then it'll be a little oily. So then they leave it for a few hours and then they go and they re-shampoo it and get it out. So I know people that do that too. All right. So, all right. Black seed oil is good for cancer. It is a natural preventative, and so is dandelion root. Dandelion root does prevent cancer, and one of the ways to reduce, and this is proven, and I want you to look this up, is mung beans. I had a podcast about mung beans. Mung beans or Chickasaw peas, they're the same thing. They're just American's name is Chickasaw peas. And in Asia, they're called mung beans. And if you were to take them, put them in a jar, sprout them, and then eat them, it will reduce tumors. It's proven and it's true. Now, what I don't understand is why none of these doctors tell us anything. Why? Because they're bought off. But I will say that I have a doctor and he is from Kenya. And he said and I said to him, I said, I'm on dandelion root. He goes, "Oh, that's good." And he was telling me all about it. So some doctors are starting to wake up to this. Okay. All right. Um, golden seal, that is one I've heard that works too. It does. And yeah,
What about sea moss? What do you know about sea moss? Anything?
I know that's really good for vitamins, isn't it? It's a really high in because you've been taking that, right?
I have. Yeah, seems
You have been.
good. Yeah.
Sea moss, it seems to me that I haven't done my research on sea moss too much yet, but I do know that I have been told it's anti-aging and anti-cancer causing. So I know that for sure. And it seems like it's high in don't hold me to this, A or E. There's something like it's good for your skin.
Yeah.
I know that that's one thing. So, okay. Um, well, it's about that time. Soursop. I've heard about soursop. That's something else I've found. I see I'm sticking right now to my dandelion root. So, but I've heard of soursop that it's, there's so many things you can be taking at what works for you, and remember that because some things you won't be able to take. What thing was bothering me? Oh, it was something that's supposed to reduce my inflammation and reduce my blood sugar, and it had cinnamon. I am weird. I am very allergic to cinnamon.
That is weird.
Like my stomach was just killing me. And it will, and if I eat it fresh, it'll close up my throat. Like I can't have it. If someone puts it in a drink or something, now if it's baked, I'm okay. But if it's fresh, I'm not. So, my daughter, it must be genetic. My daughter and two of my three daughters are allergic to it too. And I guess that it's very common, but actually that's a common allergy. It has something to do with, oh gosh, what was it? Almost like an antihistamine. It's almost like an antihistamine in some way. And it's very common. Like some people might not even know. I didn't even know until I took a test. I didn't know. And then I paid attention. I'm like, oh my God, that's what's causing me my stomach aches and stuff. I'm allergic to it.
Yeah.
So with that said, thanks guys. Somebody said you look good. Thank you. All right. Yes, a couple people on here. Got a couple people on TikTok saying, yeah, they're allergic too. So it's not just me. They said it was a very, very common allergy. So I really don't have any. I really, although now that I've had my weight loss surgery, milk bothers me. And I can eat any dairy but milk. I think because it probably goes through your system so fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I think we're ready for questions.
Sure. We can jump into there. Sea moss too, by the way, is a good anti-inflammatory and eases digestion and protects the gut. Which
Okay.
is,
all right. Yeah, I gotta get pretty soon. I'm gonna do that.
This would be the time where if you've got a particular question you want to ask the site,
you can ask me any questions. So.
I'll be very, very specific for us, as there's a lot of people on here with a lot of energy. Alden Chu steps up and says, "Hi, Lana. I'm having a baby soon. Any idea if it's a boy or a girl?"
I feel boy energy, Alden. Now I'm usually fairly accurate. I know I'm over 50% because I mean, just guessing is a 50% chance, right? But every once in a while I will miss, and somebody will argue, and I'll say, well, is that child a tomboy? It's a girl, but I said it was a boy. And they said, yeah, you know what? Because at our core, we are a male or female energy. But I feel like it's a boy. Let me know, Alden, okay, if it's a boy. So I feel like it's a boy. And when are you due? Get back to me and tell me. Are you due late summer to August, September, something like that? It feels like it's something like that. All right. So I'll let you guys know. Okay. And yes, I will take questions. I got a lot of people on TikTok here. Hold on. TikTok is not responding. Why do they do that? Okay. Hold on here. Hold on, you guys. You can't just go anything for me. You had to be more specific. I'm sorry. Do you see now? Brenda Rubio wants to know if she foresees her husband losing his job. I want you to get a resume together. Is he just being cut out? Is it being reduced? He's seeing more and more people that are US Cellular. This poor woman, I'm not gonna say it. She took a $30,000. I'm like, wow, like who does, you know what I'm saying? Yep. They're cutting some of these tech places are cutting left and right. And I'm seeing and hearing more and more about it. So yeah.
Hey, just a quick shout out to our good friends at Diamond's Natural Store. If you go out there, they've got some great flea and tick defense. And with the warmer winter, fleas and ticks are going to be out nasty this year. So jump over to diamondsnaturalstore.com and get your all natural flea and tick repellent for your animals. Good stuff. Alden says due in August. So
yep, I was right. See, how do I know? Right? I just knew you might be a little overdue for some reason, in like a few days, but you're no problem. No problem. Okay.
He asks, any cute guys for romance coming my way?
Terry T, you got somebody coming in the summer, maybe June, July.
As you say,
you might go on a date or two, nothing big, but this guy comes in. Take it slow. This guy might want to take it fast. So just kind of, that you know what I'm saying, So, okay.
Teresa Campbell says, hubby is going back to workers' comp doctor today. Will he extend light duty for him?
Yes, Teresa. Yes, it'll be extended for about, I hear 6 So 6 more weeks, maybe? Yes. Don't worry. All right. So I have a really interesting question, and it's from Kimmy. She's over here on TikTok. Have I paid a karmic debt in this life? And am I done being paid? I want to say yes. Now, there's every time you come here on this in this planet, you pay off a karmic debt. That's why one of the reasons why you're here, and that's why you interact with people. Now, that's something that when you get almost to your last lifetime, you start being aware of not creating more debt for yourself so you don't have to keep coming back, because you have to until everything's paid. That's the way, that's one of the reasons why yeah, just to let you know. Okay. So I've been very careful in this lifetime. Have I created more karma? I'm sure I have, because I'm not done yet. I am getting there, but I have been really conscious of it, of making sure I'm not creating any more karma. So you will say, when I read for you, I will say to you, I will not tell you what to do because I am creating karma. So because if I'm telling you what, I do a reading and I tell you this is what's going to go on, and I will not tell you, leave the bum. You know what I mean? I won't. I will say, nope, this is your decision. I said, but this is what's going to happen if you stay. This is what's going to happen if you go. So I try to keep that at a bare minimum, because that way I don't want to have to keep coming back and I create all this karma, and I don't want to do that. So, okay. All right. Um,
All
all
right.
right. Go ahead.
Lisa Butler says, will my daughter get pregnant again this year?
Not this year. I think it might be next, Lisa. Okay. My daughter's trying to get pregnant too.
Tracy, Seven Trace, hello, says, will Jay reach out to me again this week?
Next week. Or maybe even the week after, but I don't think it's this week, my dear. Sorry to tell you.
There we go.
Okay.
Joanne Stoddard says, I'm having hand surgery at the end of April. Will it be successful?
You'll be down for a while, for about, like the typical 6 weeks, but I feel like everything will be okay. It's not going to be that bad. It's going to be more stiff than anything. Okay. All right. I hear I got a couple more questions in here. I don't have my Instagram on because I figure, it's on. Okay. So this is supposed to go to Facebook, which goes to Instagram. So I'm thinking, why am I doing lives again? I'm doing it twice. So anyway, here we go. Will you be getting a new house soon? Diana Greco wants to know. What soon? I want to say it's over the summer. It's more like it's about June, maybe. There will be some positive stuff. And you guys do understand that the housing market is crashing, right? I don't know if you've been keeping up with that. I know a lot about Cape Coral and all the areas down there in Florida and Fort Myers, because we used to spend a lot of time down there, and they can't sell a house to save their lives, and the prices keep coming down, down, down. And a lot of it is because the Airbnbs they can't rent them. So they're selling them like crazy, and it's creating a flood to the market, which for us, if you're a home buyer, that's a good thing. I still say the prices are, I made that comment in January. I still think the prices are all coming down and things. They can't stay like this. They've pushed us too far. So just to let you guys know. All right.
We'll see for sure. Hey, Lana, Earl Rules says,
Hi, Earl.
just chatting with a woman named Melissa, and yes, she is a Leo. Is this one a possibility for LTR?
Yep, Earl. He's one of my followers, and I told him I thought there would be a Leo coming in, an Aries, Leo, or Sag, because I got now you have to remember the card that I pulled so that you guys understand because I know how to pull cards. I just don't need them. I did pull a Queen of Wands, and a Queen of Wands can also represent the woman of your dreams. So remember that, or man of your dreams, even if it's a male. Oh, okay. So just remember that. All right.
Jamie Stockman says, will my husband lose all his eyesight?
No. There'll be some, okay, Janie, I'm an expert at this. My mother went blind when I was in school. The doctor did surgery on the wrong eye and made her completely blind. But I want to say he'll be able to see light and dark. Like he'll be able to see, like he'll be able to sense light.
Mm.
Okay. And I'm sorry. It's not easy. And I understand. I was maybe about fifth grade and watched it happen. So I understand. And that was where my mom could only see if she could hold things up to the light. It's very rare that people completely lose their sight. It's the same thing for hearing. There's 10% left. There's five, you know what I'm saying? So, but I want to say that he'll at least be able to see light and dark and maybe shadows and outlines and images. Okay.
Nice.
All
Am-
right.
Amber Patrick, they've got a lot to say. She says, "What do my spirit guides have to say?" They probably have a lot. If we could be a little more specific,
Yes,
or
please. Yes,
better yet,
please.
just
I got a lot of people on here. You guys, just because people aren't responding doesn't mean there aren't people watching. And we've probably got a couple 100,000 followers just watching.
right.
So that you guys know that. All right.
And if you really want to know, go to lanasenchantedSky.com and book a reading with her, and she'll tell you all about it.
Yep. And I do have specials right now. Got
Yeah.
2 different specials. I move them around week to week. You never know what, so check them out. I think I got a 15-minute reading, a 15-minute special. Now, if you've
Yeah.
never been to me before, a 15-minute isn't gonna do it. You got to have a half an hour. And we're just like, like, oh, it's so much cheaper. It's actually not, because it's the same price pretty much if you think about it, because if you add another 15 minutes is the same price. So anyway,
Yeah.
because I had somebody, I'm actually starting to get quite a few people here locally because I put a local Google ad out, and I had a couple people come to the house. And yes, you can come to my house because it's set up that way.
Nice.
So yeah, the Reiki center and all that stuff is functioning.
Sun June says, "Hi, Lana. Is our dog and cat happy with us?"
Yes, but does the cat not like the dog? I kind of get the feeling that the cat doesn't like the dog all that much. Like the cat finds the dog annoying. I
Pretty
don't know.
strict.
Is that true? Let me know, because that's what I feel on that. Let me know. All right. Um, let's see what we get. Claire wants to know, will we get any good news this week about our house and finances? No, not for about 2 weeks yet. It's gonna. I don't know if it's coming in the form of taxes. You know, they have this tax care credit. My daughter has 4 kids. I can't believe the amount of money they got back. And you know what? I'm all for it. I'm not jealous. I'm not some of these people. Well, why didn't I get any? Because I'm older. They need the money. Plus, I know where my tax dollars are going. They need to go to the young families.
Right.
That simple. Everybody needs to remember to be not just kind to each other, but be happy for one another. You know what I mean? Where's my pot? That's what always gets me. I don't understand these people. They go, why didn't I get my student loan paid off? Well, I'm sorry. I did. And I got some real negative crap. You do realize I taught for 31 years and probably spent over $45,000 on your children every year. I've spent at least 31. I probably about $2,000 a year. So that's almost 60, because I taught for 31 years. And yes, I can prove it. And so I'm telling people, be happy for people that get good things coming to them. Do you need it? Did you need that? You paid your bills off and you're doing fine financially. Be happy for other people. It's such a negative. What's in it for me? Why didn't I get any? I'm sick of that kind of rhetoric and that kind of attitude. Okay. So just remember that. And that's how abundance comes back to you. You do understand the abundance thing, right? The law of abundance is being happy for other people. Okay. There's enough room for all of us. There's enough room for all of us. All right. Okay. Aaron Marie, is that what that says?
Erin Marie says,
Aaron Marie?
Are my finances improving for good, or is it more of the same?"
Aaron, I would like to know what your sun, moon, and rising is, because I'm going to tell you really fast this year. There's some really positive things happening and I'm just dabbling in astrology right now, but I'm learning it. But I know what I see, and I know what. So if you are a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, those are earth signs, you're going to do well. Capricorn's going to make steady progress. Taurus might come into some like a money. Virgo is just going to be dripping, all right, of money. There's going to be all kinds of increases, and that includes your sun, moon, and rising. So if you've got any of those, Sag and Libra, lucky as hell. Like they are extremely lucky this year. They can win the lotto. I mean, I don't always tell people, you know how many people ask me, am I going to win the lotto? Oh, I have every week. Anyway, but they are lucky. Cancer is coming out of this really bougie, weird, like I believe it's a 12-year stint. They're going to be they have a lot of good fortune also. Okay. So there's certain signs that are luckier than others. They're doing very well. Another one is Aries. Aries is going to do well financially also. Okay. So you've got, and also Aaron Marie, I see it. Anything Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising, because we are in the age of Aquarius and Pluto's in Aquarius. So you've got Aquarius and you've got Virgo. You should have steady progress with maybe a little bit of luck involved financially this year. Okay. All right.
That's awesome. Listen, I know there's a lot more questions we cannot get to. We are right up against the time. We've got a new show coming up called The Art of Leveling Up with Drew Cappuccino. How to level up your life, how to level up your business. Just a great one coming at 10:30. So like, follow, subscribe on 216's YouTube, as well as Enchanted Skies out there, Lana's YouTube, and just keep it coming. Lana, I appreciate you as always. We'll do this again next week. And hopefully we'll be able to get the guest with some near-death experiences coming in.